สวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับ Juan Mata tonight with us. Juan, สวัสดีครับ
Sawadika, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. All good.
Juan, welcome to number 20 talk show with Mario. I always repeat the same story, but it's getting more and more exciting every episode. I'm excited as well, of course, like millions of Manchester United fans in Thailand.
It's great to be here with you.
I know that you did already so many interviews. You know, I will try to be different a little bit because it's friends talk. You know, I'm not a journalist, and we will start. Of course, you will share with us some moments from your beginning. I know that you were born in Burgos in Spain, and just tell us how actually everything started for Juan Mata.
Yes, I was born in Burgos. It's a city in Spain, and my sister and me, we were born there because my dad used to be a professional football player, and at that time he was playing for Burgos. And so we were born there, but when I was 2 or 3 years old, we moved to Asturias. I was raised in Asturias, in Oviedo, my hometown where I had my friends and my family. My dad used to play for Real Oviedo also, which is a club that had some Serbian connections with some players and managers. And I started playing football in there. I played for a few teams in my city, and then at the age of 12, I signed for Real Oviedo, which for me at the time was like a dream. It was the best team in the city, and for me it was a great achievement. And when I was 15, I moved to Madrid because I signed for Real Madrid Academy. And so
but sorry, just one more thing. Like, what was your dream actually when you were young? You know, Barcelona or Real Madrid?
To be honest, my dream was to play in first division. My dad played for many years in second division, and twice he got promoted to first division, but the year after he never managed to play in first division. So my personal dream, and as a family dream also, was to play, to be honest, in any team in first division. And I did that when I signed for Valencia when I was 19 years old. So I spent 4 years in Madrid in the academy. I played for Real Madrid Castilla, which is Real Madrid B. Yes. And then at the age of 19, I moved to Valencia, and then I fulfilled my dream, which was make my debut in the first division in Spain, in La Liga.
But when you played in Castilla, we all know that most of the time in Real Madrid or Barcelona, they play Castilla, they play in Segunda División.
Yeah.
But when you played there good, you know, you score also many goals. You know, did this when you heard that you will not, let's say, promote to the first team? We know that it's so difficult to come on this level so young. But did this moment push you more to work harder and to like you said, to your dream come true and to play one day maybe in Real Madrid or another big team like you did with Valencia?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you play for academy of a great club like Real Madrid, it's not easy to go through the first team. So at that time, my contract was finishing, and yeah, Valencia contacted me and they gave me the chance to play in the first team and be part of the professional squad. And it was a difficult decision, to be honest. We, with my parents, my sister, with my family, we decided. And yes, we moved to Valencia, and I was, you know, fully determined of trying to become a professional football player and trying to make my debut. It wasn't easy at the beginning in Valencia. I had a challenge because there were many good players there. I mean, great players and legends like Vicente, for example, which is an incredible left winger. At that time, I was playing in the left wing. And,
to be honest, my favorite player.
Yeah, Vicente was incredible. he was very
But
unlucky.
he never reached the level that we thought he will.
Because he had many injuries. Unfortunately, he had a problem with an ankle. But when he was fit, he was fantastic for Valencia and the national team. So in the beginning, I didn't play a lot. For the first month, I was out of the squad, which it was not easy to deal with because I was 19. I just arrived, and I thought maybe I made the wrong decision. But after that, I kept training good. I kept believing in myself, and with the change of manager, Ronald Koeman arrived, and since the first moment he believed in me, and he was very important for me. I mean, maybe without him, I wouldn't have the career that I had. That's for sure. I'm very grateful to him.
Yes, just one more time to remind people, how great Valencia was in that time, with so many unbelievable players like Canizares, Baraja, like you said, Vicente, even David Silva, who is in Manchester City, he also played so good in that time. Morientes, David Villa, I don't know, Angulo,
Miguel,
I remember. I'm not
Miguel.
sure for Mista,
No, Mista
you didn't
was
play
earlier.
before.
Yeah, at that time we had Miguel, we had Marchena, Albiol, Albelda, Baraja, Joaquin, Villa, Silva, Morientes, Vicente.
Unbelievable team. And you was like twice, I think, third.
Yeah.
You all know how difficult it is to be better than Barca and Real, but you did an amazing job. Okay, we will just share with us. You won the Copa del Rey. Actually, everywhere you go, you won something. But you will answer me also on one question. You didn't win La Liga.
No.
You still have chance. And I hope, to be honest with you, I'm a big Barcelona fan, and I know that you have few times, people talk, you will move there. And for me, you always, even with generation that Cesc was there when he came, with Xavi and all this, I thought that you only one piece missing, and this is you, because you will fit for sure so good in that team. Just tell me about La Liga, and then we will continue to speak about Copa del Rey.
Yeah, in La Liga, as you said, we were for a few years third with Valencia. I mean, it was difficult to compete against Real Madrid and Barcelona, especially with Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, and then Cristiano Ronaldo also at an incredible level in Madrid. But I think we did very good. We had Unai Emery for 3 seasons as a manager. But I never managed to win the La Liga. I never managed to win the Premier League, but that's after. And to be honest, I'm very lucky because it's almost the only trophy that I haven't.
You cannot win everything,
That's fine. I'm fine with it.
They will change with you 5 La Liga for 1 World Cup, probably Messi.
I know that. I have been very lucky, so I know I would love to win, for example, the Premier League, and I will be very happy with it. But if I don't, then I'm more than lucky to have the career that I had. Yeah.
But tell me about Copa del Rey. You beat actually Barcelona. You scored twice. You were so young, in that time, and you played unbelievable.
It was my first season, and that season was like a roller coaster for me because, as I told you, I didn't play in the beginning. After Koeman came, I started to play, and then the best competition for me was the Copa del Rey. I scored 2 goals against Barcelona in the semi-final, and we qualified for the final. And I remember after the game against Barcelona, we were out, in the balcony of the stadium. The road was so busy and chanting our names and Valencia songs. It was unbelievable. It was my first great night as a professional football player. And then the final, we played against Getafe, and something very unlucky happened, which is I scored with my head. I never scored many goals with my head. But I scored with my head, a very good pass from Silva. And we won the trophy. We won the Copa del Rey, and it was my first professional trophy in my first year. And since then, everything started. But I had great memories. We played in the Estadio Vicente Calderón in Madrid, and it was my first trophy. And of course, I cannot forget that.
Yes. Okay, now it's coming Chelsea. Okay. But before we talk about Chelsea, I would like to ask you, as a player, you know, we all play, doesn't matter which level, you know, if you play in smaller team, let's say smaller team, and you played like you did in Valencia, did you expect maybe to Barcelona, Real Madrid knock on the door and said, we want Juan Mata, you know, before you leave? You know what I mean, if you understand me, like,
yeah.
Okay, the Chelsea is coming, you know, but probably you're Spanish. I played with so many Spanish players. They love to play in Spain, you know, because of the style and everything. Can you share with us, maybe, do you remember, like, you know, like, okay, Chelsea is there, probably you will go there, but before this decision, did you think that maybe have some possibility to see yourself in Real or Barca?
Well, to be honest, I had the feeling that I was already in a big club in Valencia. And as you know, it's not easy to move from one big club to another big club. So for some times there were some rumors on the press and speaking that I might be moving somewhere different in Spain. But actually the summer that I went to Chelsea, a few months earlier, I had renewed my contract in Valencia because I wanted to stay, and Villa and Silva had gone. So I had a conversation with the president, and, you know, I felt that I was more mature as a person and as a player. So I wanted to take the responsibility of, in a way, leading the team. But at that time, also Valencia was having some financial problems. So almost at the end of the summer, after rumors of me being linked with different clubs, actually Chelsea called. And they made a good offer for Valencia also. Valencia thought that it was a good amount of money at the time. I was ready after 4 years, you know, to either leave the team and keep enjoying my football in Valencia or go into a different stage in my life. And I always wanted to try the Premier League. I think the Premier League is something special, and I wanted to try.
Okay. Sorry, but did you scare a little bit when I said scare in positive, like how to explain, you know, in English? Like, okay, we know the Premier League is special, you know, but to be honest, when we were young, you know, the Premier League was not even top 3 leagues. And then I will again connect two things. First, about your feeling to go there, you know, it's more physical, it's different style of the game, you know.
Yeah.
And you are, for me, you are one of the most gifted Spanish players, you know, that still playing. And just compare, because many people talk, you know, but I would like to hear your opinion about, do you think that Spanish players and some of the coaches like Pep, you know, like few of them, they changed the Premier League, changed the style, you know? Just these two things, if you don't mind to answer.
Yeah. First, before me, there were other Spanish players that had moved a little bit earlier to the Premier League. Yeah. If you remember, for example, the Liverpool side with Rafa Benitez as a manager, they had Xabi Alonso, they had Reina, Torres, Arbeloa, Cesc was in Arsenal, Cazorla came to Arsenal also. And I think, you know, the World Cup, the Spanish winning in 2010 World Cup, and then the Euro Cup before and after that World Cup, it set a trend in world football about how Spanish football players could play and the style that we were playing and winning. So I think that's why that helped us to move to a different country. And since that moment in England, many players from different countries in Europe came to the English league. And for example, my manager in Chelsea in the beginning, the one who called me to come, was André Villas-Boas, which was Portuguese. And he had an idea of football that was very good for my qualities as a player. So I think, you know, the Spanish national team helped everyone that we were part of it to change a little bit the style of the different leagues in Europe. But of course, English football was different than Spanish football. It was more physical, it was more box to box. There is a moment in the games in English football that the game breaks. So it's like chance. So you have to be ready to run more, you have to be ready to have more tackles and be physically stronger. But I think, and I realized that if you understand the game and if you think when you're playing and you believe in your game, you can adapt to any kind of football. So in the beginning, as you say, for example, Cazorla, Silva or me, people were saying, oh, but they are small or they are not very strong to play in English football. But we understood that also because the English football was more box to box, there were also more spaces. And so we could occupy those spaces and play our football. And I think we adapted pretty well. And it's an example that you can adapt to any kind of football if you understand the game and if you believe in your qualities as a player.
But you need to understand also that you inspired so many players around the world, and you proved that it's not important only to be strong to play on highest level. And this is what Spanish players did in Premier League. And thank you for that. You helped so many of us, for me as well, you know. Yeah. But okay, let's talk also about Chelsea. You know, just your beginning. You won again. You won, you know, something so special, the Champions League, and then Europa League. You know, the cup, and you 2 times the fans vote for you that you were the player of the season. Just some things, and then also I will ask you later something more interesting about Chelsea.
Yeah. To be honest, since the first game in Chelsea, which I had the luck to score a goal against Norwich, everything started really well. So that goal gave me a lot of confidence. I felt that my teammates also believed in me, in what I could bring to the team. And that season, as you say, we won the FA Cup, we won the Champions League, and then the next season we won the Europa League, and I was enjoying my football very much. The process of...
Yes,
still here? Yeah.
Yes.
The process of adaptation from the Spanish football to the English football, to be honest, personally, it was short because we played in a way that it was beneficial for me. And my memories of Chelsea are fantastic. Being voted Player of the Year for 2 years, winning the Champions League for the first time in Chelsea's history, and living in London also, getting to know a different country and a different culture and practicing my English. It was also very positive. So I had an incredible 2.5 seasons at Chelsea, and it helped me also to improve as a player, I think, because when you only play in one league, you can reach a level. But if you try in different leagues and in different kinds of football, it gives you the challenge to adapt your football and improve certain things that you have to improve. And Chelsea helped me to do that. And yeah, I'm very grateful to them.
It's true that El Nino, Fernando Torres, you was one of the main reasons why he moved to Chelsea. People talk about this.
Yeah, he called me.
Can you just share, you know, because probably have also the Liverpool fans, they will watch this, you know, and they are excited, and Chelsea as well. Just can you share some, maybe this conversation, how, you know, like something, you know, just to share with the fans.
Fernando is not only a ex-teammate, but he's a good friend. He's one of the best persons that I have met thanks to football. And we were together in the national team. He already moved to Chelsea in the last year that we were together in the national team before I moved to Chelsea. And then one day he called me. He said that, listen, I know that the club is going to make an offer for you. I know that the manager and the board want to sign you, and they want to do it now. Just so you know, you will love being here. Believe me, I know how you are as a person, I know how you are as a player, and you are the type of player that we are missing. So in that sense, he acted a bit like my agent. He called me and convinced me to come to Chelsea, and he was right. Since the beginning, he was very helpful. When I arrived to London, he was with me, offering his support, and he was very, very important for me. He's a great friend, and yeah, he called me and told me that you know, he gave me reassurance that I would love life in London and my football at Chelsea. He was very important. Yeah.
Yes. And one more thing about Chelsea. After we'll talk about your one of your favorite coaches, Jose Mourinho. I will ask you about him also. Sorry, but we want to know.
Right.
And about Benayoun, you know, he gave you
Yeah.
number 10, and we are midfielders, you know, and we, of course, we like his style, you know. He was fantastic. I think he
Very
also
good.
deserved better career. And he had amazing career, but I would like to see him in another leagues also. But amazing player. Just share with the fans the story about number 10, because this was
Yeah.
your favorite number. My number as well, you know.
Yeah.
Favorite.
Yeah, number 10 has been always an important number in football. So I was wearing number 10 when I played in Valencia the last years. And when I arrived to Chelsea, Josie was there and he was the number 10. And he's an incredible human being. He's a very good friend also with Fernando Torres. And he told me one day in the dressing room, Juan, I know that you like the number 10. I don't really mind. He didn't really mind about numbers. So he said, you can take it and I'm sure he will bring you good luck. The number will bring you good luck. And yeah, I took it. And to be honest, he's incredible. You know, the career that he had, he played in many teams. In Spain, he played in Racing Santander, but he also played in 5-6 big clubs in the Premier League. He played in Arsenal, in Liverpool, in Chelsea, played in West Ham. So, and Israel, he's a legend, played for many games in the national team. So it was very kind of him to give me the number 10 because it's a nice number and I felt confident playing with that number for Chelsea. Yeah.
Yes, but number 10 still, we must say this, that actually don't exist anymore in football. I need to say something like this because I would like to see Juan Mata behind the striker all the time with freedom, like maybe 20 years ago, Francesco Totti. And, you know, I remember still Giuseppe Signori, probably many people don't know, or let's say Del Piero was more like second striker, but Riquelme, you know, so many good players. And now we can see Juan Mata on the right side, sometimes maybe on the left, you know, on the wing. What do you think about that? Do you think that in modern football today, they killed a little bit this position?
Well, I think football, like always, it has been changing. Like if you speak in football about football in the 60s or 70s, it was different from the 90s. And now it's true that it has changed and most of the teams play with a formation without a proper number 10. They play normally with a 6 and 2 8s. And midfield players or creative players had to adapt to play either in a number 8 position inside as a midfield trio or in the wing. So for part of my career, I have been playing on the left, in the right, sometimes as a number 8 and all the times as a number 10. But you know, I think the best thing I could do is to adapt. I know what I am as a player, I know my qualities, and I know that I always try to think before I have the ball. I always try to assist my teammates and score goals. And if I have to do it from the right, like I am doing it now, it's fine for me. You have to adapt. But it's true that when I was a kid, I used to look up to players like Aymar, for example. He was a proper number 10. Pablo Aymar.
Sorry, I forgot Pablo also. About
Riquelme.
So yes.
All those talented players, yeah.
Jose Mourinho, so many stories. You prove him wrong, you know, when he came in Manchester United. But actually, you know, I know the story, you know, from my side, because as I said before, doesn't matter on which level you are playing, you always face the coaches that I don't want to say don't like you, but maybe don't like your style, and you are not so good for them in the way they want to play football. But you prove him wrong, and we just tell us about Jose. You know, of course, we will not talk too much about that. But the moment that you find out that you have, let's say, problem in Chelsea, how you react? You know, can you give advice for some kids they will watch this? They probably some kids are watching this. You know, how to react? What you did exactly to turn around the situation?
Yeah, I think for every kid that is watching this video and they realize or they dream about what is to be a professional football player, they have to understand that sometimes they will face challenges, but they need to focus on what they can control, only on what they can do. The rest, you know, you cannot think about what the manager is going to decide or the type of football that he wants to play. But I focused on myself and training the best I could, being professional, being there for whenever I was needed. And I feel proud of having done that, you know, because like it's normal and like you have experience in your life. Maybe some managers during your career, they play in a different way and it doesn't suit your qualities the best, but you have to keep going, and again you have to try to adapt. So we never had a personal problem. Of course we have a good relationship. It was only football reason, let's call it. And then when he came to Manchester United, then well, I was fully determined of I had a call. Somebody called me.
No problem, no problem.
So yeah, I said that when he came to United, I was fully determined on showing that I could be an important player, and I was happy that I was, because you know we played some finals. I was playing all the finals in the first 11, and then at the end of the day, I will say to all the kids that are watching that they have to believe in themselves. They have to keep training and focusing on themselves and their qualities, and never lose confidence and never lose the belief that you have to become a professional football player. But we have a very good relationship, Jose and me.
Good. Manchester United, big move. We all know the you know, in England have so many big clubs. How actually this move happened, and how was the feeling, you know, because like you said, you enjoy in London, but you need to change, you know, the club. Just the moment when you again heard the story and everything, just share with us how this happened.
It was a different move because it was in January. It was in the winter market. So at that time, I wasn't playing as much as I would have liked in Chelsea. As you said, the first 2 years were fantastic, but in the third season, I wasn't playing a lot. So in January, Manchester United got interested in my situation, and they started to have negotiations with Chelsea. And at the end of January, again, they did a good offer to Chelsea. So we all thought that it was the best thing for me to do. I mean, I was moving to another incredible club. The feeling of playing in Manchester United, to be honest, is very special. You as a football player, you know that there are not many teams like Manchester United in the world. So the feeling of playing for this club for so many years, it has been great, and you know I'm very happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to keep going, and you know my dream will be to, for example, win someday a Premier League in here, because we have won the Europa League, the FA Cup, and all the cups, and I realize how great the fans are here. So I'm dreaming about imagining all the fans in Manchester celebrating another Premier League like they used to do with Sir Alex Ferguson as a manager.
How is the feeling to play a game against Liverpool? We will talk, of course, about two goals, but the one that everybody remember, you know, just explain the atmosphere and how different is actually this game when you compare with other games.
It's the biggest game in England for me, for the fans, for the media, and for the players. So when you are able to play that game, you realize and you understand the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United, two great clubs with many Premier Leagues between them, always fighting to see who has more. And so the feeling of playing at Anfield and scoring 2 goals, one of them was the bicycle kick, it's something that all Manchester United fans still speak with me about. You know, I remember, for example, Forlan, he scored also 2 goals against Liverpool, and everyone still speaks about that. So when you're a Manchester United player, you know that when you play against Liverpool and you have a great game or you score a very important goal, fans will always remember that, and it's until today that fans still speak with me when they see me in the training ground or in the streets about that goal at Anfield. To be honest, that day I felt like everything was going right, you know, in our direction. Every control, every pass, every movement. So it felt fantastic, and I didn't want the game to end. I wanted to keep playing.
Amazing game and amazing goal. This is highlights of your career for sure. Will be one of the of goals. We can talk about so many things, you know, but can you just, if you can share with us from any team, you know, but of course the people they will like to hear maybe some funny stories, you know, like all my guests, they always share, they try to, you know, share with us some funny story. Do you remember from Manchester United maybe some funny? Can you share with us some funny stories?
Yeah, for example, with Luis Van Gaal, we had Van Gaal as a manager for, I think it was 2 seasons, and the first season, in the first pre-season, we were in LA, and as you can imagine, he's a tall guy, he's impressive, he's got a big personality. So I remember the first day he said, okay, I want you to come one by one to this room and I'm gonna meet you. I have an interview with you, right? To get to know us better. So I remember when it was my time, I arrived to the room. Louis Van Gaal was there, sitting with a nice bottle of Rioja wine, red wine. Ryan Giggs was also there. And well, I arrived there and he's like, okay, tell me who you are. Tell me more about yourself. First of all, he said, do you want to drink some wine with me? And just in case, I said, no, it's fine, don't worry. But then he asked you about, what are you as a man? Not as a player, but do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? What are your hobbies? What do you want in life? More like a personal connection. And I was scared, you know, because he speaks to you very close and he's very serious, and in the beginning it can be, you know, you can feel a lot of fear, but after that you realize he's a great man. He's very sensible. And I remember I had to do it twice because Antonio Valencia didn't speak very good English, so Van Gaal asked me to be Antonio's translator. And so he was asking Antonio, I was translating for Antonio, and yeah, well, it's a funny anecdote that I haven't experienced with any other manager. You know,
Nice.
He invites you for a glass of wine and like a personal interview to get to know you better. It was
okay.
Good.
Now we will move to something that of 5 questions quick from the fans.
Yeah.
And after we will have one surprise. I never done before that. I don't know if we can, but I think we can add one more person with us live. This will be like for the fans. They can, if they don't speak English, no problem. You know, we will.
You can translate, right? You translate.
Yeah, I will translate. Yes. Okay. Will be random. You know, I will choose. You know, anyone. Okay. TSK 123. Since Juan is very educated, how does he manage to balance football and his education?
Yeah, it's not easy, but it's possible. You know, if you want to keep going with your studies, you have time in the afternoons. So I'm still trying to finish my career. I only have 2 or 3 subjects to finish, but I will say that it's completely possible to do both. Of course, my priority right now is football and my life is football, but if you want, you can do it, yeah.
Good answer. Second one from Nivat. David Villa or Fernando Torres? You can choose one.
I cannot choose.
Okay.
They're both great friends, but you know, I think probably, I mean, I'm thinking also about Raúl, but Raúl and them, probably the best strikers in Spanish history, for sure, one of the best.
Yes, very difficult questions.
They are very different players also, but both complement each other very well.
The third one from Peppa Piggy. The best player you played with?
Iniesta. Andres Iniesta, because I love the way he
It's
played.
enough, Juan. It's enough. You don't.
You understand, Andres Iniesta. That's it.
Okay. The fourth one. Pui one. Your favorite coach until now in your career?
I'm gonna say Ronald Koeman. Ronald
Okay.
Koeman. Yeah.
And the last one. Sean Penn TH. Are you planning to visit Thailand?
Yes, I've never been actually, so I would love to go. Yeah.
Perfect.
I need
It's
to
perfect.
show.
Now,
I need you to show me around.
look, I will show you around, but first you need to promise for all Thai fans and me as well that if in that time Thai League still playing, you will come and watch, for example, Muangthong United. You see the shirt, best club in Thailand, and to watch a little bit Thai League to see, because you know already that everybody play football today, and we have Spanish players, you know, and the quality is good, you know. But you need to promise that if you come, you will come to watch one Thai League game, okay?
If you score one goal, I want you to dedicate to me.
Yes, but I cannot score because I don't have hip. If you can give me your hip, I will score. Okay, no problem. National team. The last thing. Sorry. Let's try our one game. Is guys here? How I can choose someone? Huh? Okay. I don't know how the fans they can send. Can you send me request? Anyone? Can you just send a request, and then we will try to. I don't speak Thai also. This is the problem, but if someone can send request.
Do you think we can connect? We can be 3 people connected at the same time.
Yes, we can. Just a second. Just a second. One. I don't know really how to. Okay, look. Just you will talk about the national team a little bit. This is the last thing that we will talk today, and I will try just to add someone.
Yeah.
I don't know how, just tell me about,
the
national team. You won everything, it's maybe the greatest team ever for me in Spain, definitely, like so many good players. How is the feeling, to win these trophies? And do you see with new generation that soon is coming the same story, and that you can win again World Cup or European Championship?
Yeah, I think the level in Spain is still very good. We always have great players and quality players, and I think Spain, of course, is one of the favorites to win the Euro Cup or the World Cup. But that generation, it was incredible. It felt like a family. Winning the Euro Cup in 2008, then the World Cup 2010, and the Euro Cup again in 2012. I think it's very, very difficult to repeat that. But the key for me is that the atmosphere between the 23 players, it was great. We felt like a family, and we helped each other, whoever was playing, whoever was not playing. It was always positive. And of course, we had an incredible team with a lot of quality and personality. So I feel very lucky to have been in that generation, of course.
Yeah, this is really, it's unbelievable. And you will probably have soon another chance to win one more, because the new generation it's
very good.
Really
yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Juan, I'm trying, I don't know how to do, to be honest with you.
I don't know either.
I don't know how to do it, but let me try just a few more seconds, because normally I have a little, okay, touch. I will try to go like this, Lil. I will try like this to see I can find the guy or not.
We say hello, everyone, because I'm reading the comments, and they're very nice. So hello to everyone in Thailand.
Okay, 2000. I will try now with him.
Yeah. That's it.
You know what is funny? Because when I...
Hi, Connor.
No,
No?
I cannot. I cannot do it.
Next time.
I'm trying, you know. Next
Next
time.
time.
Next time. Sorry, guys, but I really cannot do. Juan, thank you so much.
No
You
problem,
are
Mario.
amazing guy.
My
You know,
pleasure.
fantastic player. You know, we don't need to talk about that. Someone said maybe you only 2 people can draw. I think you can more, you know, but it's okay. Next time, guys. Sorry. One more time, thank you so much. Such a humble guy, you know, great person, amazing football player. I wish you all the best. Of course, like we always said in football, without injuries. And the season will continue soon. We will, of course, we didn't talk about the virus. We only talk about positive things. And really hope I always support Manu because of Nemanja Vidic and this generation, you know. But I really think that in the future you will have chance to finally win the Premier League. And one more time, all the best for you and your family.
Thank you, Mario. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Take
See
care.
you. See you soon.
Bye
See you.
to
Take care.
everyone
Bye
in
bye.
Thailand.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Sawadee krap. Bye.